From India, and I did not speak English when I came here. In 1990, I believe I moved to Toronto. Education taught me how to understand other people better. One time I did wear my Indian outfits, went there. I was called Paki. Of course, I cried. I didn't cry there. And don't try to change others. You can only change yourself. I said, if I can do it, you can do it. Hello. How are you?
So before we get started, what's your idea or definition of success?
Success for me is being happy and also raising your family with respect, good values, and caring and giving back to community. Wealth is a part of it, but not all of it.
If you would like to share your backstory.
I was 21 when I got married. I'm from India. And I came here and I had my master's in political science, but my main focus was in India to have a good education and not to work, just to get married and go on with the life. And I did not speak English when I came here. And I landed in Calgary, lived in Alberta for a couple of months, then moved to Regina, and then lived there. And finally, in 1990, I believe I moved to Toronto. When I came here, because English was a second language, I did not speak English. I went to school here to learn English. And once I have done that, then I did the upgrading. I really wanted to study. So once I did my grade 12, I wanted to do accounting. The reason for doing accounting, because I was good in math. And I got accepted in one of the college after a few tests, few exams. And then we decided to move. I was not happy to move because I finally got accepted into a college. And then my husband said, you know what, we'll try again. So then we moved to Toronto. And I joined a George Brown College. It was a 2-year program, but it was a condensed program. So I did it in 1 year. It wasn't easy to do that. I had 3 kids at that point, but my in-laws, they helped me a lot. And my daughter stayed with them for a few months, and also my parents. And one of my daughters stayed with them. I would say 3 people: my father-in-law, my husband, and my friend who's more than a brother to me. And they're the one who encouraged me, and where I am today is because of them. Of course, extended family helped too, but there are other families which also kind of discouraged me too. But my husband stood right beside me. He's such a nice guy. I think it's a blessing, and he's been very caring, loving, very supportive. So it's whatever I want to do, he's always there for me. So I did enroll into a CGA program. And so I did a CGA program. At the same time, I was working full time. And I had 3 kids. All 3 kids were with us. And also I enrolled into undergrad B.COMM at Ryerson. So I was doing 2 side by side. Then I joined another organization where I had another person who was encouraging me to do my MBA. And even everybody is saying, what are you going to do? I said, you know what? I will do it. And I said, oh, because my English is not that great, I don't think I can do that. And this woman, she said, you know what? Most people struggle in finance, not in there. So I said, okay. So I started that. And then at the same time, I was working full time. I finished MBA with honors. And I am thinking of doing PhD. I did just thought about it. Maybe once I retire. My oldest daughter, she's a teacher and very successful. And my middle daughter, she is a pharmacist. She moved to Australia, and she's happy there. And my son, he's an accountant. He lives here too. I have 4 grandkids now. My kids, when they were younger, we all sit together to study. And I remember my son used to say, don't talk loud, mommy's studying. There were struggles, but I don't regret. I always say I'm very happy and I have achieved a lot. Not just education, it's education taught me how to understand other people better. When I came here, I was in Saskatchewan actually, and not a big Indian community there. And whenever I had to go, I wasn't able to go with my Indian outfits. One time I did wear my Indian outfits, went there. I was called Paki. And also one time somebody threw eggs at me. And I think that made me think, okay, of course, they probably didn't understand. They didn't see like how people are. It was new to us. And also people, even in school, I was certain things I couldn't pronounce properly. And whatever it's not pronounced, so they made fun of me. And I remember one of my job at the beginning, of course, I had to do a cleaning job. So I was working in a hotel and I was cleaning, and there was a one product I couldn't pronounce. And they all start laughing and saying, "Oh, do you know there's a new product exists? She's calling this." And people weren't able to pronounce my name. And still to date, people still have a hard time pronouncing my name. And it's not that hard, but that's okay. And I think I understand because I have a hard time pronouncing some of the other things. So that was that. And then there was another incident where I was working as a customer service because it was in an appliance place. And so I was taking orders for appliance to be fixed. And I didn't know the brands. And it was a brand English. And they called me. So I said, "Oh, it's English." And of course, there are 4 or 5 people standing there. And one of the mechanic who fixed the thing, he said, "Oh, we got a new brand now, English. Who made this brand? Oh, is it this come from India?" So I think at those things, of course, I cried. I didn't cry there. I came home and I cried about it. I said, "Oh my God, I don't know. I'm so stupid." All these things. And my husband, he said, "No, you'll learn. That's okay." And but that made me not give up. I didn't have to do all the education I needed for my job, what I really enjoy. I just did it to prove to people you're wrong. People can do things if they want to. And I would say to anybody, if you really want to do something, you can do it. And of course, you're going to have some bumps on the way, but you will get there.
So, how do you invest in yourself and your personal development, and what keeps you grounded?
I love to learn, and I always taking courses to better myself. It's because I gone through a lot of a different type of struggles. Of course, everybody has a different type of struggles, and but I put before judging or questioning, I always say, okay, if this person said this or do something or did something, it's always there's a reason for it. You don't know what's going on in other people's life. My father used to say, if anybody said something to you, you say it back. So what's the difference between you and them then? I used to tell my father, because there were people who were saying bad things to him and all this. I said, "Why are you talking to them? They said this." He said, "That's okay. Nothing happened to me. If they swore at me, what did happen to me? Nothing, right?" So, but they realized they did something wrong, so they came back. So I think it's those kind of things. And for me, giving back to community, I really like to help. I do some volunteer work now, but not as much as I would like to. I'll be doing that, and just being helpful. And I don't expect back anything from any help I do, and that keeps me going.
In the end, would you like to share any tips for the younger generations or any kind of advice?
Yeah. I think the younger generation, they need to be patient, and struggles will come and they have to keep going. Don't give up. be caring. Money is not everything. Love towards each other or to others and respect. If you're doing anything for anybody, do not expect anything back, even from your children or your parents. I think the other thing I would say to the younger generation: live for yourself, not others, and don't try to change others. You can only change yourself and not anybody else if you want to be happy in life. It wasn't easy, but I always say to kids, whoever come from India now, and if they talk to me what they want to do, I said, if I can do it, you can do it.
Thank you for watching the video. So what's your thoughts? Please share in the comment section below, and make sure to like, share, and most importantly, hit that subscribe button. I'll be back soon with another inspiring story. Until then, be inspired and keep inspiring.